There was a point in my life when I was really into Motley Crue. And in particular, Nikki Sixx's The Heroin Diaries.
December 25th, 1986. Van Nuys.
As I listened to that album on repeat, I started daydreaming up scenes to go along with the songs on the album.
Merry Christmas. Well, that's what people say at Christmas, right?
This is what ended up becoming those scenes. What you're about to see, I really don't want to show you.
Welcome to my fucking life.
The following minute consists of opening credits, before opening on Eddie Rose, the bassist of a semi-popular 80s band named King Kobra, that's with 2 Ks.
Everybody gets high.
Understand these scenes are going to be incredibly difficult to show because they're all montages.
Everybody gets sold.
We're all going to have to be okay with the constant interruptions, so I don't get flagged.
Everybody gets high.
After more of the devil's dandruff, Rose begins getting paranoid.
Everyone's eyes are blue.
And ends up wandering the house.
Well, you don't know how to get back to your crawl space.
Eventually, he finds himself back for one last run on the slopes before passing out. Jumping ahead 19 years, we catch back up with the man himself. Whoever said it was painless should try and be famous, is the rest of that line.
Just trying to be nice.
Eddie, who most characters will call Rose, arrives at what I believe is a court-ordered therapy session. More on that in a second. He walks to the front door WrestleMania entrance style, with Kid Rock's 2007 single, So Hot, playing him to the ring. Inside, he meets Dr. Ross Hill.
Take off your shoes.
Dude, they're shoes.
My wife just cleaned.
Your wife needs to your dick more if you're worried about my shoes.
Exhibit A.
Listen, I don't know if you think you can mouth off to me this whole entire time. If you do it again, I'm calling the session off.
Sucking mother. Can I go?
Rose expresses that he has no interest in being here.
You leave now, you'll be just as relevant in today's culture as you were before you came. Not worth a damn. Damn!
There's a quick back and forth before Dr. Hill puts Rose in his place.
Now head downstairs and we'll talk. Your publicist only scheduled you for 2 hours. I'm only taking 2 hours of your life.
The two wind up downstairs to talk.
I'm not here to start talking about emotions and start crying, talking about some big defining moment in my life, and by hugging you.
I don't want you hugging me anyway.
Yeah, funny.
Dr. Hill tells Rose he understands he doesn't want to be there, but asks him if he'll explain the meaning behind some of his songs.
I just want you to give me the backstory to it, and anything else you give me is beyond what I asked.
If he's that upset being here, surely there's no way this will work.
Sounds easy enough.
Oh, well, surprisingly it is going to work.
First, courtesy call. What's it about?
Rose begins to open up,
That was written a day or two after I first tried heroin.
offering us another reason as to why I believe this is court-ordered. This man can't control his emotions.
Courtesy call was just a drug calling me. That was the premise of it. Calling me and telling me what I was in for.
Real quick, that's a pants tent, I promise. The next 4 minutes showcases Rose trying heroin for the first time. Or, at least from a sober, nerdy 16-year-old kid's point of view.
And love dances slowly.
So if any heroin addicts are watching this right now, go ahead, drop them down below in the comments. Was this an accurate portrayal? Full disclosure, these scenes are improvised around a very basic outline. We know the points we need to hit, how we get there, it's completely up to us.
I was just completely drunk out of my ass.
Other note, I'm terrible at improv.
Hell, if you're out there every night and you get free drugs and women, why quit?
Amen, brother. Dr. Hill then asks Rose about the time he almost died.
One morning you almost didn't wake up.
August 16th, 1989. I mean, people look at me funny that I can actually remember the night, exactly how it happened, but
I don't think that's why he gets funny looks. I think you laughing at the topic is what gets the confused looks. Rose begins to describe the night he OD'd, and almost didn't wake up.
Walking on the razor's edge, so hard for me to find my way home.
Anyway, who remembers Saliva? RP Wayne Swinney. Attempting to make Shoe Nice proud, Rose downs a bottle of Jack Daniels after shooting up and begins stumbling through the house. Eventually, he passes out. Rose explains he was found by the band's lead singer the next morning, which ultimately saved his life.
He'd come and he just found me in a pool of blood and vomit, just all over the floor. He called 911, and from what I'm told is that they had to revive me with an adrenaline needle just straight to the heart.
We'll move into the 90s with this next song. Afraid.
That was written about a reporter I met while doing an interview. Her name was Kelly Servito.
Kelly Servito? Sounds more like she'd be a realtor from Jersey.
When she was interviewing me, I remember this. I had just come off stage after doing, I don't remember where town it was, probably New York or something.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to paraphrase this. Rose meets Kelly Sorvito, or a reporter, backstage at a concert.
I didn't want to ruin any chance I might have had with her.
Oh, that was rather presumptuous.
What happened between the two of you?
After the interview, we talked every now and then. It was on the phone, you know.
I'll paraphrase again. After the interview, Rose and Kelly spoke occasionally until Rose told her that he was into her and wanted to date her.
She's kind of reluctant, kind of laid back. I don't know. I'm afraid of falling for someone like you.
That didn't happen. I'm going to call BS on that.
Did she ever think to know?
We spent some more time together here and there, lunch, dinner, whatever.
After spending more time together,
By this time, I was in love with this girl. And yet when she finally took the leap, we had moved in together, and I proposed to her.
holy shit, that went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Of course, you know, I probably proposed like a drunken, just coke out of my mind stage, but hey, I still proposed.
Somehow, I don't think she's going to see it that way.
How does she feel about your drug?
For the longest time, you know, she only thought I was drinking and smoking cigarettes every now and then.
Let me cut you off there, partner. Rose admits he hid his drug use from Kelly during their relationship, only ever admitting that he drank and smoked cigarettes.
You really loved her? Or was it the drugs? And the feeling of having someone there?
Whoa, Doc. Thought we were just talking about songs. Side note, this scene actually has the song Afraid by Motley Crue playing under it.
I really loved her. All the other relationships kind of ended once the drugs wore off.
He keeps going, but that's all you need to hear.
I want to get to when King Kobra, at least with you, came to an end.
Ace called me, told me we need to talk, come over.
Rose begins telling Dr. Hill about the time when he was kicked out of the band by the guitarist Ace. Okay, this is actually a good scene, if you can look past the glaring eyeline issue. I told my friend that my character would be sitting across from him on the couch. But when I went to shoot my angle of the scene, in the heat of the moment, I stood up, throwing the eyeline from his angle that we had already shot off entirely.
So, Eddie, how long have you been using heroin?
Ace, damn it. Not this again. You know I'm still writing. I can play live whenever we have to.
Answer the question.
Like 6 years?
You just can't quit, can you?
Dude, it's not like you've never used. What are you getting on me for?
Twice, Eddie. In 6 years. Twice.
Is that what you called me here for, dude? Just rag on me for my drug use? No, I don't need this. I'm leaving.
Go. Just go. Don't even bother showing up on Saturday.
Why?
You're out.
What?
I'm sick of propping you up in the studio when you've been on a binge all night.
I haven't let my get in the band's way at all.
Detroit, last summer. Passed out on the stage. Seattle. You didn't even plug your bass in for half the set.
Like you're the upstanding member of the band. You know, you canceled interviews, press junkets, all that when you and Michelle broke up.
Yeah, but not once have I not been able to play.
Without me, you guys are nothing. No one wants to see King Kobra without Eddie, Ace, Tony, Thunder. No one. I mean, what about Tony and Thunder? What do they think of this?
They want what's best for the band. When you get clean, the right side of the stage will open up for you.
No, that. You know, I want it all coming back to you, Ace. When the fans never see King Kobra in their entirety again, I want them to thank you.
Let me just take a moment to say thank you to my buddy Gage for that.
Let's talk about Kelly again.
What do you want to know?
When did it go bad for you two?
Here's another surprisingly good scene, minus my overacting.
What's this?
Where'd you get that?
I found it in your leather jacket.
What are you going through my stuff for?
Are you kidding? You told me to clean it. I thought you said you quit using this.
I did. Just didn't last.
What the hell, Eddie? Why the hell are you lying to me?
You see how you're acting?
I just don't want you to die.
Maybe I've already died. Do you really think it's going to get much worse for me?
I don't want to lose you. I love you.
That word love. You're always saying that. Jesus Christ, like it's supposed to save me or something. Love. What the is that? Oh wait, Kelly. I think I know what it is. I love when you me. I love when you cook for me. Jesus Christ, just get off my back!
You know what? Just take it.
That's right, just tell me you hate me and leave, just like everyone else in my damn life.
I love you. Okay?
Another special thank you to my friend Kayla. Thank you.
Epiphany.
Dr. Hill, who's dressed like he's headed to his second job at a Safeway, asks Rose about his song, Epiphany.
I wrote that when I quit drugs.
The following is essentially a music video, showing a montage of Rose overcoming his addiction, scored with Epiphany by Stained. This has got to be before Aaron Lewis went off the deep end, I'm assuming.
Epiphany was the last song you released to the mainstream, right?
After I wrote Epiphany, I felt free. I got everything off my chest that I needed to.
Rose goes on to say that he stepped away from any touring and now focuses his creative energy on songwriting and producing for up-and-coming bands.
Well, looks like our time is up. You even went over 15 minutes. Wasn't all that bad, was it?
Could have been better.
Of course. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Been without all of those for a couple years.
Eddie, hold on. One more thing I want you to do for me today.
On his way out, Dr. Hill stops Rose and makes one request.
I want you to go see Ace. Whatever happens, happens.
What's up, Ace? Do you want something?
Damn.
Just passing by. Wanted to see how you were doing.
Just in the area, felt like gaslighting you.
Bullshit, Eddie. Ever since you walked out of that reunion show 8 years ago, you haven't returned a single phone call from me. God knows you've been home. Don't lie to me. So after all these years, please tell me, what the could you possibly want from me?
My therapist, he said, just come over here, talk to you. The whole drive over here, I'm dreading this.
A shrink? What happened to the roles I used to know? The system?
He died. He lost everything. He lost everyone. But I realized, it'd be a good thing for me to apologize to you.
For what? For being a prick?
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't to you. And I seriously don't think an apology would make anything better. But, that's all I got.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to feel right now. It's like, ever since I heard that you died back in '89, I was scared. You were my friend, my brother. And I heard the paramedics were sitting there trying to bring you back to life. I don't know what the to do. I mean, I'm sitting there and I realized that we were all using. And I came to grips with that and I stopped. And it just breaks me down to know that my brother would pick drugs over me. I want to trust you, Eddie, but I just don't think I can anymore.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the brother who I abandoned. I'm sorry I was afraid to talk to you after all these years. And I'm real sorry to all the fans, the millions of fans that supported King Kobra that I let down. I'm sorry.
So, what? Is that all you wanted?
You know where I stand. I was a complete to you and everyone. You know where I stand, dude. I'm sorry. I love you, man. I don't know if you can forgive me or not, but...
Hey.
I'm sorry, man.
It's on.
Again, looking past my overacting, I love that scene. Rose and Ace make amends and agree to speak frequently moving forward. Rose pulls back up to Dr. Hill's house and meets him in the front yard with a hug to thank him.
Okay.
I gave you but you helped me out so much, and I'm thankful for that, alright?
Listen, I'm glad you came here today. I found Kelly.
Is he a private investigator too?
I want you to make amends with her.
Dr. Hill, PI, ultimately leaves the choice to show up unannounced at his ex-wife's house to Eddie Rose.
I'll give you the address. Do with it what you want.
For all my psychologists in the audience, please let me know. Is this something you would do with a client? Driving his maroon 2001 Saturn L200, Eddie Rose reminisces on his past with his ex-wife on his way to ambush her in the future. Making a ghastly air, Rose knocks on the door.
Can I help you? I'm looking for Kelly Sarvito. Must have been a while since you've seen her, man. She hasn't been a Sarvito since we got married.
He's giving cargo pants and a suit jacket vibe.
You an old friend? Yeah, a long time ago. Well, she just left an hour ago, man, but you come inside, have a drink, sit down, whatever, wait for her to come home?
I would pay good money to watch that interaction.
No, just in the area. Alright, you want me to tell her for you? I wanted to say hi. She asked you were doing. Thanks. Oh, hey man, I didn't get your name.
As he leaves, he tells Kelly's husband it was Rose.
Wait. Tell her I'm sorry. Sorry for everything.
Okay, this man is supposed to tell his wife that a stranger named Rose showed up to their door and wanted to let her know that he was sorry for everything. The ending is a combination of flashbacks and slides updating you on the characters. I'll read them because, come on.
So we're at the end, and at the same time we're at the beginning of this misadventure.
You're not going to be able to read that. As of 2007, Ace and Eddie got the original members of King Kobra together for the Life is Beautiful tour. Eddie and Kelly have not met since Eddie's attempt 2 years ago. Good.
Papyrus!
Thank you for joining me tonight. Please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed the film. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next installment of Colin Harris Presents. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful night.